Apples and ginger are a famous combination. They pair well together in apple pie, fresh pressed juice, and green smoothies. Welcome to Smoothies with Anj. I'm Anj, and today we are focusing on the classic and one of my personal favorites, apple ginger smoothie. This beginner recipe features ingredients that you probably already have on hand. If not, they're very easy to find at most grocery stores or farmers markets. I designed beginner smoothies to be slightly sweeter than advanced smoothies or targeted smoothies, and that's because my hope is that you'll actually drink it and enjoy it enough to come back and have another green smoothie tomorrow. Beginner smoothies are great for kids and kids at heart who know they should be eating their greens. So tune on in. I hope you'll learn something new and make a green smoothie with me. The ingredients we're using today are half a cup of apple juice, half a cup of water, 1/2 of a Fuji apple, we're using 1/2 of an organic bartlett pear, 1 slice of an avocado, 1-inch long piece of ginger, and a heaping cup of spinach. I also tossed in like 3 leaves of kale because I love kale in my smoothies. Because this is a beginner smoothie, you could leave it out. To me, I can't taste it. The ginger hides the green kale-y taste, in my opinion. If you're following along with me, go ahead and rinse your ingredients off. I like to give a good rinse to my kale. Curly kale is kind of like super duper curly nappy hair, right? You have to kind of get in there with your fingers, make sure that you're cleaning in between the curls. I gave that a good rinse. I didn't need to rinse my spinach. It comes triple washed already. To cut the apple, I just cut around the core. It's okay if 1 or 2 seeds gets into your apple. It's not going to hurt you. I wouldn't put the entire apple core in my smoothie, but I'm just saying don't trip if there's like 1 or 2 seeds that gets in there. I cut around my apple, I cut it into chunks so that my blender would be able to more easily blend up these ingredients. And if you do not have a high-powered blender like the Vitamix that I have, that's okay. But it is a good idea to take the time to prep your ingredients here. Just cut those apples and the pear into fine little bits so that your blender can more easily blend it up. I peeled my ginger this time. Sometimes I peel my ginger, sometimes I don't. It kind of depends on how the wind blows. I sliced my avocado into a nice thick piece, and then I was ready to go. These are the gorgeous ingredients that are going into my smoothie. As you can see, if this was on a plate, it'd be over half of the plate would be green, which lets you know this is a very nutritionally dense smoothie that we're about to make. So the apples and the pears are going to outweigh the flavor, but you're getting a ton of fiber, a ton of phytonutrients, a ton of vitamins, minerals from all of these greens. What makes this a beginner smoothie is the apple juice base. Generally, at this point in my smoothie drinking career, I don't use juice anymore as the base of my smoothie, but I did at the very beginning, and it did make a big difference. What I do is I use half a cup of cold pressed apple juice. This apple juice is not pasteurized. So if you go into the grocery store and you buy apple juice that's been sitting on the shelf, that's been high pressure pasteurized. And what that means is a lot of the nutrients that are naturally found in apples have been heated out of that. So there's through this process of applying a lot of heat and a lot of pressure that kills the living enzymes. The reason that manufacturers do that is to make juice shelf stable so it can stay in the grocery store for longer amounts of time. But what I recommend is to purchase juice that still has some of the living enzymes in it, because it's just gonna add more nutrients to your smoothie. What I would suggest is buying cold pressed apple juice or unpasteurized apple juice, and that's gonna be in the refrigerated section. When you go to the store, skip the juice aisle that's like in the middle of the store, go to the juices that are in the refrigerated section. So I used half a cup of apple juice in this smoothie. I cut it with half a cup of water just to be mindful of the grams of sugar that we're going to be drinking in this smoothie. Keep in mind though, with green smoothies, one of the things that's so awesome about them is that they are super high in fiber. Fiber is going to slow down the sugar absorption into your blood. We also have half of an organic apple and half of a pesticide-free bartlett pear. We're also gonna add in our kale and our spinach. I went ahead and blended this smoothie up. I let my smoothie blend for about 30 seconds on high, and that is in a Vitamix blender. If I had a lower powered blender, I would let it blend for longer, maybe 45 to 60 seconds. I keep feeling the sides of my blender though, because I don't want the smoothie to heat up. Heat is gonna start killing or hurting the enzymes, and I want all those living enzymes to get into my body, so I don't want it to heat up too much. After about 30 seconds, I turned the blender off, and then I tossed in 3 ice cubes, and that's gonna help bring the temperature of the smoothie down. I just blended it on high for about 15 seconds more to crush that ice, and now it's ready to taste. This smoothie is so beautiful. I just love the color, this deep, rich green color. It's gorgeous. At the very beginning of my smoothie journey, I would only put enough greens in there to tint the color of the smoothie green. Nowadays, I've put a big heaping handful of greens into every smoothie because it's worth it. You know, I'm putting in all this effort to make a healthy drink. I might as well up the vitamins, up the enzymes, up the minerals, the phytonutrients, right? So, I'm just saying that to say you can certainly scale back on your greens if you're at the beginning of your smoothie journey. It's no big deal. Just stay committed to it. Drink a smoothie every day. This apple ginger combination, it just tastes so good. It's sweet from the apples and the pear, slightly tart because I did you know, apples kind of have that sweet and kind of slightly tart taste. The ginger is so mild. I definitely taste it, but it's very mild. Personally, for me, I could kick that ginger up a notch. Give it some heat, some real heat, you know, I could take it. I love the smoothie. It's hydrating, it's sweet. It's a nice creamy undertone from the avocado. It's really good, so I hope you'll give it a try. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Here on my channel, you will see a new smoothie recipe every week. So I hope to see you next week. Bye.